If literal language is the skeleton of our communication, providing basic structure, then figurative language is the flesh, blood, and spirit. It's the art of saying one thing to mean another, using comparisons to create images that leap off the page and resonate in your mind. It's the crucial difference between a metaphor and a simile. A metaphor creates a powerful identity. It asserts that one thing is another. The city is a concrete jungle. Instantly, the city becomes a place of danger, density, and survival of the fittest. A simile, however, creates a comparison using like or as, allowing for more precision. His anger flared like a match in a wind tunnel. We don't just see fire, we feel its sudden, volatile, uncontrollable nature. Authors also breathe life into the inanimate through personification. The wind howled, clawing at the windows. Suddenly, the wind isn't just weather, it's a predatory presence, building a mood of fear. And then there are the shortcuts. Metonymy, where an associated object stands in for the whole, like when the crown issues a decree, instead of the monarch, lending institutional weight. Or allusion, the cultural shortcut. Mentioning an Achilles heel imports an entire myth about fatal weakness, no explanation needed. But the most critical part of understanding this art isn't just spotting the tools. The real skill is asking why. Why that specific image? Why did an author describe guilt as a lead weight at the bottom of his stomach? It's not just sadness, it's an oppressive physical burden that sinks the spirit. That's the core of it. Figurative language lets us communicate the uncommunicable, a heartbreak with no physical shape, a joy with no literal definition. It's the soul of storytelling, and by learning to see these hidden meanings, we become more perceptive observers of the world.